Let me tell you a true story with my billionaire mentor. So, this was sometime in 2008. I was preparing to quit my job with Shell, and I wrote a business plan, and I requested this billionaire mentor to take a look at my business plan. And you see, I was a Shell big boy at the time. So you can imagine, when I was planning a business plan, that was big. But guess what? He took one look at this business plan and then he said, "This is the most myopic business plan I've ever seen in my life." I was shocked. So I became defensive. Because my tires had just been flattened, all four of them. So I said to him, "Well, I haven't fully left my job in Shell. So I didn't want to make this business plan too big. I didn't want to make it big because I knew I wasn't going to have time to do it." You know what he said? The billionaires are built differently. You know what he told me? He said that the same energy it takes to think small is the same energy it takes to think big. So tonight, I'm going to share with you something I consider like the secret bug that's keeping many people poor. You're actually investing, but your investment is being sabotaged every single day by small thinking. So today, I'm going to beam the light on scarcity mentality, how it ruins your investment. And then by the time we finish, you will see why playing small is the biggest investment mistake anybody can make. Hello, everyone. Hi. Yeah, Ibu Africa as usual from Rwanda. Hello, Augustine. Yeah, you are all welcome. And then if you are joining us for the first time, do let me know where you are joining us from. Yes, good evening, Damiete. Excellent. You're welcome. Damiete, where are you joining us from? Does that sound like Port Harcourt or something? Okay, so let's talk about how scarcity mentality ruins your investment. And it's not only your investment that it ruins, it ultimately ruins your whole life. Have you ever stopped to think about the language of the universe? The language of the universe is literally abundance. If the universe has a language, it's abundance. In fact, type it in the comment section. The language of the universe is not just abundance, but reckless abundance. When you look up and you see stars upon stars, billions and billions of stars, and even billions and billions of galaxies that exist out there, just incredible. Then you look at your body, even your body alone, to make you requires that body is carrying trillions, literally trillions of cells. And it's not just that it's carrying trillions of cells, like every 11 months, every 9 to 11 months, your body is totally replaced. All the cells, this body now is not what you were 11 months ago. The cells are constantly being, So you look at the ocean. So many creatures. Many of you don't know that my first degree was in zoology. Humanity has not described up to 5% of ocean life. And then, I don't know if you've ever seen where salmon fish, or different fishes as a matter of fact, are spawning. One salmon literally lays tens and tens of thousands of eggs, if not millions of eggs. And then the other day I was at the abattoir to buy some beef. And I saw all these hundreds of cattle, cows, sheep, goats there. And then every single day, hundreds of thousands of sheep and goats and cows are being slaughtered in the state. And yet it's never finished. If you go there today, tomorrow you will still see cows. Doesn't that tell you something about nature? So the default setting of nature, default setting is more than enough. More than enough. The day you understand that scarcity is artificial, that's the day you begin to experience freedom, financial and even spiritual freedom. Scarcity is artificial. The economic system of the world is built on scarcity, and it is artificial. There is more than enough in this universe. And so, if nature's default setting, in fact, I call the language of nature, the language of the universe, reckless abundance. Because abundance is really, really reckless. To make a baby require just one sperm to one egg. But did you know that up to 250 million, 500 million, 1 billion sperm cells are released to fertilize one egg? Why doesn't nature just release one sperm cell to go fertilize the egg? And nature releases 500 million, 1 billion sperm cells. And not only that, every healthy male produces about 1,500 sperm cells per minute. Is it per second or per minute? I need to check that. Every second, every minute in your life, in a man, you're producing 1,500 sperm cells. And the same thing with the girl. Every baby girl is born with about 2 million eggs. And by the time she reaches puberty, she's got like 300,000 eggs. And then many women will have 2-3 children. At most, 6, 7. Then why give her 300,000 eggs? Wow! That is reckless abundance. I don't know how I can actually get this, because this is really where the billionaire thinking starts. It starts from nature, the default setting of nature. You see, because Einstein was asked, what is the most important question on Earth or in the universe? You know what he said? Einstein said that the most important question is this universe friendly? And then the answer you have to that question will determine the rest of your destiny. So, humanity is divided into those two answers. Is the universe friendly? There are those who say, yes, it is. The universe is friendly, it's abundant, it supports me, it's a fantastic place to live. And there are those who say, oh, no. The universe is a very dangerous place. It's not friendly. And do you know what these people do? Every day they are fighting enemies. There's always something to fight. Because if you believe that the universe is filled with enemies, you're going to spend all your life fighting enemies. Which actually explains the kind of spirituality we have in Africa. The kind of spirituality, that's not Christianity, but they call it Christianity. All my enemies fall and die. There are people who every prayer they pray is about enemy. There's always something or somebody against them. So everything, and then if you meet them on the road, and then they greet you, maybe you didn't hear, and then you pass, you have become an enemy. All my co-workers who are against me fall and die. My boss who says that I'm not going to be promoted, fall and die. My landlord, everything. See, so when you are enemy focused, when you think that this universe is an unfriendly place, you will see enemies every turn. Everything will be enemy. But when you see that this universe is actually a wonderful place and that is supportive, of you, my goodness, there'll be open doors after open doors. The open doors that I have had since the beginning of this year is just incredible. And so when you say that, when you think that the universe is friendly, you are going to be a grateful person. You are not going to be praying for anybody to die. You're not going to be praying for anybody to die. Joseph told his brothers, you people meant what you did to me for evil, but God meant it for good. Because I see the world as such a wonderful, blessed place. And God is always on my side, is always working for me, not against me. So I'm filled with gratitude. And then everywhere I look, I see things to be grateful for. I hope this is helping you. We're actually talking about wealth. We're talking about wealth because wealth and spirituality are like this. In fact, spirituality is the cousin of wealth. They are first cousins. That's why if you read Solomon, 99% of what Solomon speaks about is wisdom, spirituality. The other 1% is money. Go read all his writings. I mean, the wealthiest man who ever lived. So that's why I choose topics like this, because you might not see it. We might be talking about the stock market. We might be talking about investing in real estate and all those things. But this is the sabotage, because your mindset is the thermostat that will cap the limit of your success in your financial journey. Because if you believe, because just like Einstein says, that the most important question is the universe friendly? Obo, I'm saying that the most important question with regard to your personal finance is the universe abundant? So that divides humanity into two. The people with the scarcity mindset, because they believe, it's not enough. There's not enough in the world. And you can see them all over the place. And then many times, the people, these scarcity mindset people, they may have money, but they have scarcity mindset. Go see Nigerian politicians. It's scarcity mindset. Most of them are, because it's scarcity mindset that breeds corruption. Do you know why? Because when you see public funds, the scarcity mindset says, whoa, this thing will not always be there. And meanwhile, your tenure is only going to end in 4 years. Help yourself to it. So scarcity mindset is not about people who don't have money. So people who have lots of ill-gotten wealth, they also suffer scarcity mindset. All this corruption you see in Nigeria, from all the things you're reading about your president and corruption and people in Senate and senators, it's all scarcity. These guys they suffer scarcity mindset. That's why it will never be enough, because greed and scarcity also go together. Jealousy and envy and scarcity also go together. Competition, competitiveness, and then wanting to look greater, it goes with scarcity mindset. Because why should I be jealous of you if I believe that there's abundance? If I have abundance and I have abundance, why would I be jealous of you if I believe that I have enough and that I'm doing well in my own space? So scarcity mindset is terrible. On the other hand, the abundant mindset says, even in the market, there's enough for everybody. Yesterday, somebody was saying that about $240 billion was added into the crypto market cap yesterday alone. That's more than enough. That's more than enough. And then the other day, we also heard that the Nigerian stock market has exceeded the 100 trillion naira mark. Ladies and gentlemen, that's abundance. There's enough. There's more than enough for everybody. And then pick any company stock you think about in the stock market. Some of them have 10 billion shares. That's enough. How many are we in this country? For instance, in Nigeria, 230 million people. Nobody really knows. So, but then one company alone has 40 billion shares. Another company has 3 billion. Another company has 15 billion. And then there are 150 of them. And then the American stock market has maybe over 20,000 stocks. There's more than enough for everybody. You know, so if you approach your investing with scarcity mindset, is going to be a problem. Okay, because our default blueprint, our default setting, I like that word, default setting, is abundance. Type it in the comment section. My default setting is abundance. Everybody, type it. And it's important to say that aloud, also to say it out. Let your brain hear your mouth say it. My default setting is abundance. Okay, so today I'm going to help you to reconnect with nature's blueprint. Because playing small with your money isn't just a bad strategy, it is profoundly unnatural. Poverty is profoundly unnatural. It is unnatural. And people will come and tell you, oh, there's economic downturn, or they say, oh, there is recession, there is all that and all that, you know. And then people are already talking about the stock market crash 2026, and people are searching that. You know, they look at employment data, they look at all the macroeconomics, and then it's fearful. Consumer pro something, you know, index, you know, all those things they measure in economics. And then they finish and they show you a graph looking like this. And then you're focused on that graph. And it is totally made up. Oh, the reserve of oil in Venezuela, in Nigeria, in Angola, is so whatever it is. So it will not be depleted. As you're finishing with one reserve, they are discovering another in that same country. There's more than enough. Can you calculate the volume of oxygen that 8 billion people consume a day? And yet, there's always oxygen. And then if you are traveling from Angola to Cameroon, you do not carry any oxygen reserve tank or something that you will be breathing when you reach Cameroon. And when you're going from Cameroon to France, you don't carry oxygen. There's enough for everybody there. I mean, I didn't know. There's enough for everybody there. And look at birds. Birds. You know, like Jesus said, they do not plant, they do not harvest, but they always have more than enough to eat. Is this helping somebody? Abundance is your default setting. Playing small is unnatural. And so what my billionaire mentor was saying is that the energy it takes you to play small is exactly the same energy it takes you to play big. So stop playing small. Stop playing small. So type in the comment section, I stop playing small from this very moment. Stop playing small. So I'm going to break it down, you know, for you, how you are going to switch from scarcity mindset to abundance mindset. Okay, so I need you to make this note. Abundance is the operating system of life itself. Okay, make that note, and then that should be an aha moment for somebody. Abundance is the operating system of life itself. Okay, it's not scarcity. So abundance is a strategy of staggering overflow, knowing that only one sperm is needed, for instance, but millions are offered to ensure that life finds a way. You see, we see why I like that sperm illustration. Do you know what nature did? Do you know the abundance that nature committed to make sure that you succeed? Look at you listening to me, a fully functional human being. Do you know what nature did to just make sure one sperm was enough to make you? By 500 million. So now you think that the same nature that conceived you in abundance now brought you out here in scarcity? Talk to me, even if you don't believe in God. Does that make sense? They needed just one sperm to make you. Nature released 500 million. to make sure that you happen. Now you've happened, and then they brought you here, and you think that you were brought into scarcity. No. So nature offered millions of sperm to ensure that life finds a way. And now that you are born, it's exactly the same thing. Invisible guardian angels all around you. The angels are real. Because if not for the mercy of God, you know what the devil would do to everybody? Finish everybody. So those mercies are around you. You know, one Old Testament prophet said that the steadfast love of our God never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. So that's it. Okay, so look at also what I call the forest principle when it comes to abundance. A single oak tree doesn't produce just one acorn. It produces thousands every year. And the same thing happens with banana. I don't know how many of you have seen banana, is it trees or plantain trees? It's incredible. I planted a couple of plantains, in my farm. And as the plantain is growing and forming, it's already getting, little, what do you call them? Little roots, producing more plantain. You cut one plantain, 100 and something, 50 or 200 come from it. This is incredible, So that is like the forest principle. And many of these fruits that fall do not all become trees. Some of them are used for food, for life, mulch, for soil. And then, they're all potential waiting for its moment. So that is abundance for you. Okay. Now, when you talk about the scarcity model, your brain on scarcity is a terrible thing. A brain that is laced by scarcity is a terrible thing. There's no amount of education about stocks, about investing in real estate, about investing in anything that can lift that person, except you first confront the scarcity in your brain. Okay? So, scarcity in your mind is a betrayal of the very design that created you. Always remember that. If you don't remember anything, remember that image of 500 million sperms, really, when only one was needed, 500 million to make sure that you exist. Okay, so when you have scarcity in your brain, it's a betrayal of the very design that created you. And then, therefore, when you invest from scarcity, you are literally fighting your biological inheritance. You are literally fighting your DNA. Okay, your DNA is abundance. Please type it in the comment section. I want you to, and as you're typing, please say it out. I might not hear you where you are, but it's important that you say these things out so that your brain will record it. Say, my DNA is abundance. My DNA, that helix that you see that makes your DNA, it's abundance. It's coded in abundance. It's coded in abundance. Okay. So I want to also say that this is not about positive thinking. It's a different thing. You have the scarcity mindset versus the abundance mindset. So the scarcity mindset says there's not enough. That's the biggest problem of the scarcity mindset, that there's not enough. Not enough money, not enough opportunities, not enough time. People complain, oh, I was born in the wrong country. Those in the country complain I was born in the wrong state. Those in the state complain I was born in the wrong county or local government or whatever. They used to divide geography in your country. So to the scarcity mindset, the pie is finite. If someone else gets a piece, I lose. So it's a zero-sum game. So the scarcity mindset is a world of limits. So the primary goal, which is the important thing, so listen to this. The primary goal of a scarcity mindset is protection, preservation, and survival. And those are not the words for building wealth. Those are not the words for building wealth. But abundant mindset, on the other hand, says there's more than enough. is a big one. So the pie is not small. The pie can also grow. That is the abundance mindset that makes you invest today, knowing that the company you're investing in will grow. They will become very big in the next 5 years. That company is probably a $100 million company today. But then abundance mindset tells you that this company can become a 500 million or a $1 billion company in the next 5 years. Because of the abundance mindset, you now invest believing that the pie will grow because there's more than enough. The abundance mindset believes that there's opportunity. Opportunities are created, it's not just found. If you look for opportunity and it's not there, the poverty mindset or the scarcity mindset will say, oh, there's no opportunity, and they will go to sleep. But the abundance mindset says, oh no, if there's no opportunity, let's create one. Let's create one, because anywhere you step in and you don't see opportunity, it's an invitation for you to create the opportunity. But a lot of people, and I don't know sometimes what is the kind of educational system